Ladies and gentlemen,
It's Monday, and that means we have another episode of Monster Monday in store for you. This year, we are celebrating 5 years of helping these heroes live their best life. 5 years of doing epic. 5 years of making sure they have everything they need. Because of you, this is all possible. We thank you for not only tuning in, but we thank you for doing epic and being part of the Monster family. Because of you, all things are possible. I'm Riot, and alongside me is the world famous Misty, and we welcome you to Monster Monday.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monster Monday.
Hi, everybody. I am not Riot. He is out riding right now. So we know he's parked right now in a little gas station in Corsica, South Dakota. We messaged him to remind him what time it was. We haven't heard back yet, but I'm guessing he's going to pop in. We'll see.
That's my guess. So we'll just kind of wait to see. But in the meantime, we'll roll on. Hello, everyone. So today is May 18th. I want to bring up that M777 and the street cred is on day 138. They're crushing their miles and doing what they need to do to ride every day. So that is awesome. And so let's start with, how was your weekend?
Oh, not too bad. Didn't do much. We had a celebration of life for my cousin on Saturday. And that's really about the only substantial thing I did all weekend. We hung out. So.
It was kind of uneventful. We did go, like he said, to his cousin's celebration of life. Passed way too young. That was in Dylan's birth town, so I got to see the hospital he was born in.
Still no shrine there, but they're working on it.
Yeah, they're still working on that. And Right just messaged me saying that he don't think he'll be on. And forget Iceman. Though, so anyway, that's that. And on Sunday we watched a fire at about half hour away from here. Still not contained from my understanding. Kind of scary that there's fires all over the place. I know Brody Kylie was saying that their hometown, she's watching her hometown, that's about 2.5 hours away. They are dealing with some bad fires there as well in Kansas. So it's just kind of scary. So everybody pray for rain. And I think that's what Riot's in right now, is some rain.
Yeah, he just updated Misty's phone. So yeah, he's in the rain. I don't think he's going to be popping on. So
anyway, he's I'll let you update everybody on him, where he is at. How is he doing with his ride?
Well, he completed the I this morning. They're starting on the L. So it's going pretty good. It sounds like he's right on schedule. He's had nothing but horrible weather. He just messaged me now to link up with Iceman, try to get him on here to fill you in, because he was there for
a lot of the beginning.
Yeah, yes. Quite a few days in a row. But I can't really send him an invite, I don't think, on the one screen, because I'll have to log us, shrink one screen and go to the other screen. So I don't think we're gonna get Iceman. So okay. But if he's watching, fill us in the comments or something anyway. So
yeah, definitely let us know how that's going. We didn't get a monster to interview this week as well. It's going to be kind of a short week for everybody. I'm sure you're probably okay with that. I'll just jump to the hero news for now, and we'll see what pops up here. But Tunes, he had a pretty busy weekend. He had his birthday ride. His actual birthday is Wednesday. So everybody make sure you wish Tunes a happy birthday on Wednesday. But it looked like he had a pretty good turnout for his birthday. So that was good. Yeah. And he ended up not riding a bike. He usually is all about getting on the bikes and that, but I don't know if he didn't feel good or what. He just didn't feel like riding. So good. I was hoping some people would. I know a lot of people went. Thanks, guys, for letting me know how that all went. But yeah, so that was Tunes and Turbo. Turbo's been sick. The family was sick. They tried to stay away from Turbo, And so he wouldn't get sick. And of course, now Turbo is sick. He's laying real low right now. He's just watching Riot and all of his updates and some YouTubes and stuff like that. So he's hoping to get feeling better soon and go from there.
I thought the whole plan at their house was for him to not get sick.
That was the plan. They stayed away from him. And so I gotta quit reading the comments. Sorry, I'm getting all distracted here. You keep an eye on the comments.
Let the producer handle this. You're
Right,
the talent.
Yeah. So if everybody would wish Turbo, get well and go from there, that would be, I hope you get well soon, Turbo. So you can come back on Turbo Time and I guess I'll laugh and give us your news. So in other news across the pond.
Don't read stuff.
I heard from Alfie, and I'm not sure if you saw his video, but I've never seen such. What word am I looking for? Like
enthusiasm?
I don't know, but just such in a kid over a sport that is just crazy. This was his video. If you haven't seen it, please go to his page. It was the Ulster Final GAA football. This is actually Irish football, not rugby. I was told to tell everybody that. I don't know the difference. It's soccer, basically, but different. So he got soaked, if you didn't see, but he didn't care. He had a blast. His team won. They haven't won in 18 years. They've been up for the finals, whatever you call it, like Super Bowl, but different, 4 times now. And they finally won this year. So the enthusiasm and excitement in Alfie could not be contained. So other news in him, still having some issues at school. We wish you well with that, Alfie. And, hopefully there'll be more to come on that. So
look at it all straightened out.
Yeah, they're tough. I think
I think someone is popping in. Maybe
there we go.
He's trying to. Hey,
yes.
I got you. Hey, everybody. It was funny. I got your text and I said, I don't think I can make it. And then I thought I was still in Mountain Time. I didn't realize I was in Central Time. So I was thinking, I was like, an hour from now, that's never going to work. I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, I wish it was right now. And I'm like, maybe it is right now. So that was kind of funny. So, hey, it's good to see you guys.
Good to see you. How are things going?
Rough. It is 40 degrees out. It's been raining for 2 days. And I just stopped now because evidently after 2 straight days of rain, my Ariat boots tapped out on the waterproof. So my boot was filled with water. It's 40 degrees. So I got my heated insole. So that started shortening out my feet. That's how I noticed I must have a leak. So then my feet were frozen. So I stopped in here and I wish I had the ability to show you because I had to go back to the 70s to get it fixed and put a fresh pair of socks on and some
Red bags?
some bags from the checkout.
Nice.
Bags from the checkout on there, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna have to do for tonight anyhow. So thank you.
You need anything else?
No, I'm all good. So I thought that was pretty funny. He was delivering my food because I'm like, I must order some food while I'm here. But
We saw you.
we got a lot of miles. Yeah, we got a lot of miles in, so that part of it's going good, and it was awesome because Iceman stuck with me for a few days until we got pretty good into the eye, and then I was alone, finished the eye out, and then I met Frosty and Ryder in wherever that was, Devil's Lake,
Yeah.
and then they rode with me, and then they peeled off on 94. So I've just been the last, I don't know, a couple hundred miles by myself again. And now here I am with you guys. So it's pretty, it hasn't had,
Nice.
yeah, I haven't had a chance to get too lonely yet. So it's pretty good. So,
That's good.
yeah, but it's going good. It's just cold and it's hard to, it is when you're riding, you got so much crap on when it's cold and everything takes so long to get going. You know, you sit on the bike, and I got to make sure everything has to be
Yes.
working. You know, the radio has to be what you want it. Once you get rolling, it's really hard to change anything. So, you know, it just takes a long time. And going to the bathroom, it's like everything is just a pain in the ass. And then you're cold. And I bought this camouflage, whatever I got on. It's so weird because I have a heated jacket and everything's good, except my climb gear is just a little bit too big. And that little space that doesn't get filled gets filled with air. And I was just cold for 6 hours. And finally, I saw a Tractor Supply. I'm like, man, I just need to fill that space. So I just bought this little thing, and that's all it took. I put this on, and that little difference went from having the heat on high and being cold to having the heat on medium and being hot.
Nice.
So, you know, just it takes a hot minute to get everything dialed in. And when you're in the middle of nowhere and you need to make some changes, you know, that you're just kind of stuck. But uh, it's going great. So I'm meeting lots of people, and I think word's starting to spread, and people are catching on to the tracker. And actually, now people are realizing what we're doing here, and it's going to say, you know, they can watch it. You know, you tell people you're going to write it out, they just think you're just riding that route and that's it. They don't quite follow along that you can actually watch it happen. So I think that's pretty cool, and
Mhm.
I, I think it's just going to gain traction as we get going here. So hopefully it will.
Yeah, I think it will too. We've been talking to a lot of people about it. We were at a dealership today and just nonchalant brought it up, and the guy was like stoked over it, and he wanted our, all the information. And I'm gonna start watching your guys' YouTube, and he's just Ford dealer, but yeah.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully he takes his whole commission check and puts it over on Mile Monsters Inc. So. He's supposed to be
yeah,
watching, so yeah.
that'll be fun. It's just the more people you meet and the more people you see and the more people you educate, it just has a domino effect, and then they start following what we do, and somebody near Kansas will get fall in love with Brody and be helping him. Somebody near Turbo will learn from this, and that's really the goal for me is you know uh spread it, raise awareness, first, and then raise money second. And, just kind of all works together. I don't get too stressed out about raising X amount of dollars for any one thing, because if you reach enough people, like, it just works out. And the more people you reach, and, you never know who you're going to talk to at a gas station, at a restaurant,
Yeah.
who's going to see the bike, who's going to see what you're doing, talk to the dealership. Dealerships are tagging us, putting us, in stories and things like that. So, you know, then somebody sees that and like, what is that guy doing? So it's just, you know, I'm just one of hundreds of monster riders that do epic things all across the country. And so if this one catches traction, that's great. Maybe they won't until the end, and then they'll see something somebody else does next time and really follow that. So, it all has a domino effect. I'm busy out on one coast riding, and the other coast they're doing Toons' birthday, and
Yeah.
got
Great.
people traveling from all over the place. So I was trying to watch that, and that's a sucky part about it cold too. You can't do anything on social media because everything you touch is wrong. It deletes it, or it's like you got big thick gloves. I must have 15 messages in Messenger. I can't even reply.
Right.
And
You
then
take
at
your
night,
gloves off for like 30 seconds, your hand gets soaked, then it can't go, it
yeah,
won't go back in the glove. Then when it does, it's wet. Yeah. I've been there.
yeah, I've been there for 2 days straight, and it's just funny though. But anybody, you can't explain it to you can't explain it to somebody who's never done it. You say you've been there, then you're like, yeah, that sucks.
Oh
Anybody
yeah.
else is like, oh yeah, your glove gets a little wet, but you can't slide. They don't just slide back on. I don't have any baby powder in my hand or sand or anything to get it good enough. But I don't know. It's just kind of funny, but it's all good. We have it's going. I didn't get stuck in the snowstorm, so that part was good. You know, uh,
Yeah.
Jessica is stuck in Cheyenne, or right where we were. I mean, we went through there, and then the snowstorm hit. We went into Nebraska and did the bottom of the eye. Right after we left, a tornado went right through there.
Oh,
So we missed that. We saw the storm. Iceman put on there like God loves right most, God loves right most, God loves right most on that. And the storm was to our left. That was the storm. we got back to Cheyenne to head north. That storm went through, ripped a tornado just north of where we were at, and then, we got to Cheyenne, took some pictures, had a great time. It was a beautiful day. And then the next day they get snow and it closes the highway. It's crazy. That you
Or
can ride a motorcycle through town one day and then they close the highway the next.
Yeah, the bottom of your eye. That's also where we got a tornado on the way to Kansas, and it's the
Oh,
same area where the same highway that you were on where I hit the antelope. So that's
that's
just a horrible spot.
you shouldn't be there.
yeah,
Well,
exactly. And speaking of antelope, I got a fun story to tell you because it's the first time it ever happened to me. I was going down the road and I saw an antelope with twins on the side of the road. And she was off in the field eating. She wasn't like right next to the road or anything. But I'd never seen a baby antelope, and they kind of look gray. So, the deer got spots. They look gray. So I'd never even seen one. I didn't know they had that antelope are common to have twins. I don't know if they are or not. But anyhow, I went to whip a Yui around just to get a picture of them, and they were out in the field. Well, when I pulled up on the motorcycle and stopped, that was different for them when you stop instead of just cars going by. Because as soon as I stopped, the mom panicked and took off running. The fawn that was in line with her, facing the same direction, just ran with her, no problem. The other one that was facing the other direction, no, ma'am, good, thank you. And the fawn that was facing the other direction, like got miscombobulated for a second. They took off running, and it just ducked down the grass and hid.
oh,
And just laid there and hid in the grass. And the mom and the fawn took off running. And then, so I sat there for a minute thinking, seeing if it would jump up or not. And then I see it lift its head up a little bit. And the mom had stopped like 75 yards away. And I see it lift its head up a little bit. And then boop, drops right back down and hides in the grass. And the grass it was tall enough that it could hide. But so I wasn't sure if that's nature's way of instincts are to hide to protect itself, or if that's nature's way of saying someone's got to get eaten. So you're the dumb one that ducked down. So you're gonna have to you're gonna stay and hide. Then coyotes got to eat something. So I'm not sure which way that's gonna go, but I just had never seen that before.
Yeah, they're pretty disciplined. I know like whitetail, they've planted like fawns in our yard before, and they'll be here for
Yeah,
like 2 days straight, and then they come back for them. And that fawn
yep.
will just sit there and not move.
Yeah, it's crazy that they just stay there. But I've never seen them split up like that, like
no.
whitetails that have two fawns. I've seen them both stay, both panic and hide, and both run away. But I've never seen one run and one hide. I thought that
Yeah, one
was
is sacrificial.
I thought that was great. I thought that was crazy, but I didn't stick around to see what happened because I'm like, I didn't want to be the cause of their family anxiety. they got they got a tough go of it the way it is, so it's all good. Well, that's perfect. I'm really glad that my boot failed me and I decided I needed gas and go back to the 70s with my bag. And then I got to figure out I was actually in the proper time zone. So
That's perfect. Yeah,
that,
Dylan told me to message you. He's like, I wonder if he knows what time it is. So,
yeah, I didn't. I knew what time it was. I just didn't know what
oh,
time it
well.
was at your house. It's really hard. We were in different time zones the whole time. And then, like, we did the bottom of the eye. We went across the time zone and back to the time zone. So, and then you just like, I'm like, I'm just a mess. And so then I'm texting Amy, I'm talking to Amy, and she's like getting ready for bed. I thought I was in Mountain Time. I was in Pacific Time. Then the next day, I thought I was in Pacific Time. I'm in Mountain Time. I'm like, I don't know if I'm coming or going. Like, I just look at my watch, whatever time it is. Yeah, that's what time it is. But, with the show, it was kind of funny. But I'll let you finish up. I'll eat my burger, save my
Oh, you
fancy
got it.
meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty much are finished up. We did the monster news,
Well,
hero news.
I still got Gavin to do.
Okay.
I missed
Oh,
Gavin.
well, you guys are speedy and quick and efficient.
Oh
That's
yeah.
awesome.
We
So,
weren't sure if you were going to be on or not. So we thought,
how's the weather up at your place? Because I'm heading to Minnesota. I got to finish this L, and then I'm
Well,
heading up.
I think the rain's gonna stop, but lucky for you, it's gonna cool off.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Like highs in the 40s tomorrow. So
yeah. And what about
Hi.
Wednesday?
I didn't look at Wednesday. So
Give me 2 seconds.
she's looking it up right now, but
Wednesday is a high of 62 and sunny.
So yeah, beautiful.
35 is a
Yeah.
low. But
All right. That'll probably happen overnight. It was crazy. When I was with Iceman, we slept the one night and it was 33 or 35, something, whatever it was. So I got up and I was like, well, I don't need my heated insoles and pants, but I was like, I'm just going to put them on, they don't take much to take them off. I'll do that later. We left there and it got colder. Like the sun comes up and we're going over a mountain and it was down to 20 degrees. I'm like, 20 degrees is like normal for riding in January, but not riding in May. I was like, I could not believe how cold it was. I mean, all my heated stuff on, my hands were still cold. I'm like, man, this just bites. But 20 degrees is no joke for riding in the mountains, and we had to watch. There was snow up top, so we had to watch where it had come across the roads. It was not an easy few days. Like we post fun pictures and we laugh about it, but that M was no joke. I was exhausted every day we stopped. I mean, just body has felt beat up. Sleeping in a tent in that cold on a mat, I'm just on the rocks or on the concrete or whatever I'm on, and my mat is just shot. So I'm gonna change that when I get to my truck and swap bikes. But it's all fun and games, but been a beast of a ride. At the end of the day, I try to send the wife a message and do some things, and I just like phones going doink, bonking me in the face. I can only stay awake for like 3 minutes once I'm in there, and then you don't sleep that great because you're
yeah.
somewhere that supposed to be. We're okay camping it. We just pop a camp up whenever we get tired, So uh,
Yep.
there's no people don't know you're there, so you surprise people sometimes, and it can be just a little pain in the butt. But other than that, it's all good. You know,
Right on.
it's uh, it's gonna be epic, and it won't be long. And I'll be complaining about how hot it is.
You will.
40 days on the road, I'm gonna see it all, and we've seen 20 was the low. So it'll be fun to see what the high is, when I get to so hot come the end of May and, holiday weekends. I've realized what a challenge this is going to be. I am on the third letter and it's been a week of riding. We started last Wednesday at the letter, but I started riding a week ago to get to Weed, California to start it. So, it's, my bike looks like it's been through a war already, and
Aw.
we don't even have one word spelled out. It just really looks pretty rough. And I bent my kickstand even more, so the bike just wants to fall over towards the kickstand. I had to have Iceman help me stand it up one time because it was on a hill, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw my back out getting this thing. So I gotta like strategically park it
Oh,
just so I can
no.
get the thing standing back up to take off. So you know the trials of the road. But we got Gavin a rock, and Iceman delivered it today, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That makes it worth it.
Yeah, well, I'll let you finish up. I'll eat my stuff because I gotta get back on the road. I got a long night ahead of me just to get stay on schedule, and it's not going to be easy with cold, wet feet. So I'm gonna eat and run and take advantage of the last little daylight I got.
I don't blame you.
Right on. And
Great.
you'll be at
Awesome.
Ride in the morning
What's
or
that?
morning eight? You'll be at the dealership tomorrow, sometime in the morning or
Yeah.
something.
Yep. I'm gonna try to be there about the time they open, but I don't know if I can swing it. Depends on how late I can get tonight and how early I can get going tomorrow. I'm hoping to get there close to when they open, but I have a feeling I'm gonna be a little late. So I think it'll probably be 10 or something, and then I got to work my way to Minnesota. So everything's gonna be late. So maybe I won't hit that much cold weather on Tuesday in Minnesota. It'll be more into Wednesday by the time I'm actually
And
doing it. So and that's fine too. That works. So, I'll make up the time heading back across the country or something. So I'm not stressing it. And I have those kind of things worked into my 40 days. It shouldn't take me 40 days. And I have a couple easy days that I can make into hard days if these don't pan out for me. So I'm not stressing about what I can't do. I'm just celebrating what I can do. And, I'll give it 100%. That much I'll do for sure. So it's all good.
perfect. Awesome.
Awesome. Well, you can kick me out of here because I can't see anything. So I don't know.
All
Don't
right.
get started. You
That's
can just
okay.
kick me out. I'll see you guys later.
We'll see
You
you. Be
got it.
be
Enjoy your
safe.
All
food.
right.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. Well, that was Riot. I'm glad we got to see how he's doing. Looks like he's doing okay. So the only other thing I had was Gavin. Apparently in May, they're trying to fit as many things as they can stack in one day versus 1 week is usually how they do things. So apparently their May is pretty busy. Just was going to bring up a couple things. He's got a lot of appointments coming up, so we wish him well on that. And 7.5 days left of school for him. I'm sure he's counting the days. And of course, the taco feast is June 6th. So, and they're hoping everybody can attend that. If you can, I wish we could, but yeah, that's awesome. Do you have anything? Oh, Honor Week seemed like a success. A lot of people got out and rode. It's over now. I didn't get to. I know you got.
I think I got my first honor roll certificate coming, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
I've bombed out every single time I've tried. So
good. That's good for you. I did it once, so yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, that's about it, isn't it? But yeah, share Riot's ride.
Yes.
I've noticed like what's really cool with his ride. Like now that we can tell people he started on the 13th and he's this far or whatever. Yeah, I've got a picture of the map, and people are really amazed by it.
Yeah.
Like you can tell somebody, hey, I did 20,000 miles in 20 days, and they don't really comprehend it. But you show them that the whole map of the United States, and you explain to them, okay, he's working on the I or he's working on the E. And it seems like they can really put it together and put it in scale a lot easier than they have any other thing we've done. So that's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of people are really interested in that map. So if you can even, well, I was able to pull it up really quick just because I've been, knew where it was at, but even screenshot that map and just talk to anybody you can about that. Like I said, we were in the dealership today, and that guy, I just brought it up because, why wouldn't you? And thanks, Mandy. And they just like he asked a million questions about it and asked what the star was in the center. I didn't bring that up, but we're like, yeah, that's where he does his service and such. So, he's like, I didn't even think about that. People don't realize, that many thousands of miles, he goes, I'll bet that took him a long time to plan that. It's like, yeah, it did.
Yeah, it is a neat ride to explain because, it's like usually people have no idea what we're talking about when we talk about these rides, and they in general, the public really seems to pick up on this. So that's really cool.
Well, they can see the whole United States and where he's going, and they can you can visualize that.
Right. So, like Midwesterners, they've all done the drive to Florida with their family or whatever to Disneyland. So yeah, everybody's got an idea of how far it is to drive across the country.
Then like 2,000 miles or something.
So then you add all these squiggles and words and letters, and they're pretty amazed by it. So it's pretty cool. So
that's pretty awesome. So keep an eye out. Riot's doing a lot of updates and lives and share and donate. And I think there's other rides. Just go to Mile Monsters and you can see. I know the girls are, I shouldn't say just girls. They're on the monsters are working on a lot of rides. And so there's a lot of stuff out there. I know Craig's ride was this weekend. They did another ride. And so he did his 200 miles. So they're plugging along in May for that. So there's that. What else? Anything else?
I think we got it.
I know there's more.
We're at the point of just rambling.
We are. There's the 250 coming up. But we'll bring all this up again. But I just thought it's been a half hour. We'll just end it there and just wish. Thanks. We'll wish Riot well on his trip and keep an eye on him. And you guys all have a good week. We will see you next week. Have a good week.